All right, in this exercise, we're going to push off the wall and practice gliding on two outside edges. Now, one of the things that players have to learn is where to put their feet after they push. And after any good backwards push, the foot has to pop up and come back together. Now, if we take that position and analyze it, we actually end up with something like this when we do both feet at the same time. And we'll be doing this in our double C-cut drills as well. So we have the children get right down in this position here, give the coach two fists, and they're going to push off you while you give them a little push. Initially, though, that might be a little too much for some of them, so we have them push themselves off the wall, just like this. And they glide on their outside edges. And we might even have a cone out like we do here at the moment and say, who can make it out as far as the cone, or who can make it out any particular distance, and they just keep practicing and practicing. If you have a young boy or girl who tends to go back to the wall after doing one or two and stand still, just say, hey, can you do 10 more of those? Can you get a little bit lower when you do that? Can you tip both feet when you do it? Make sure both feet tip nicely so they get this straight line. And then, as they get a little bit stronger, we step in front of them, and if we see that they can go about 10 or 12 or 15 feet, we gradually give them a little push and try to increase it and stretch it until they can go about halfway across the ice rink. Now, as that begins to get steady, our next round would be to tip only one skate, which would cause them to curve. So as they push off the coach, they tip one skate, and they start to develop a curve. This will be a big benefit in our backwards crossovers in the future. So again, we have the players pushing off the wall or the coach, tipping one foot over. I'll tip the left foot this time, and I curve that way. And we'll get everybody going the same direction, each coach pushing 3 or 4 or 5 players, one right after the other. And before you know it, everybody will be curving quite nicely. Backwards curving has to be built in as a habit before the crossovers if we're going to get good crossover development in the future.